ugly motherfucker.
The aliens won't let it happen. You reveal all their secrets.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound.
An alien kept deep under the ground in Area 51.
If aliens are real.
The truth is, Macy, we haven't actually made direct contact with aliens yet.
It's unexplained aerial phenomenon.
Midnight aliens.
The Midnight Alien.
Midnight aliens. The midnight alien.
I'm only here. 5 seconds ticking. 3, 2, 7, and all right. Okay. All right. Yeah,
This
we're
is
rolling.
Midnight Aliens.
Yeah. Welcome to the Midnight Aliens. Benevenutos, all the way from Turkey. We're doing some promoting over here, trying to
Promote Thanksgiving.
trying to promote Thanksgiving. Get them up to date. Today is November 3rd. Tomorrow it's all supposed to go down. Oh, the government's supposed to shut down.
But we're not over there, so it doesn't matter with us.
Yeah, we don't really care. I mean, our families are kind of like, they kind of like,
If it happens, it happens.
yeah, that kind of attitude. But
Screw those nerds. They're all in harm's way and we're in safety, so it doesn't matter.
what's that you hear? A new voice? Yes, that is correct.
That is
'cause
Spike.
We do have Spike.
It's rice cakes.
And we have another non-flat earther here. So
Yes.
Thank God.
It's
So,
a
yeah.
circle.
Yes, we actually have a circle of life.
I think I can hear the hate mail coming in already.
Yeah.
What's that?
We just lost a viewer. There's all 2 of them now.
Oh shit! We lost 5 subscribers.
Man, this is a dying page. Holy
All
shit.
because I got triggered.
Yeah, before you came, I was discussing with them. I wanted to call you Blanket.
No, I'm a wet blanket.
Oh no! What?
I'm a fireman's best friend.
I was thinking
So-
of South Park and Michael Jackson, but okay.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
So the new voice that you're hearing is Mr. 556,
AKA Blanket now.
yeah, AKA Blanket,
AK-47.
AKA Blanket 47. Anyways, yeah, he's decided to join us. He's been a good friend of mine for a few years now, and so might as well invite him to come get triggered with us. So, or to trigger you, either one.
But they made me pay for my own plane ticket, so.
That's true too.
Yeah.
You know, you got to earn your keep around here.
I looked
So-
at our funds. I'm going to do. We have $10. I don't think we can really fly him out to a simple like.
He came all the way from Bangkok.
Yeah, I was like, it's not gonna happen.
Bangkok, wet and ready. So,
School trigger.
shut up. I just realized what I said. Shut up. Just shut up.
That'll be a clip.
Holy smokes, dude. Anyways.
Blanket triggered.
Oh my god.
Alright, anyways.
Better than a flat earther.
So,
Rip it and rip it.
just tear it off like a band-aid. Anyways, so we're gonna talk about nightmares and sleep paralysis, whatever. Some of us actually had another recent episode, especially me. I've had at least 3, maybe 4, if I can remember, 3 or 4, whatever, since we last talked about it.
Well, we talked about a year ago. It's been like a year. It was like in the old the old setup. You know what I mean? We didn't have.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
That's when I was in the bunker. We didn't let it last for a while.
But yeah, we talked about our dreams and a whole bunch of other crap, whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and hit it again, especially with the guest now, because he kind of suffers from a mental disorder, but besides that, some sleep problems. And so we're gonna go, YouTube. So go around the table so you can recognize our voice and stuff, whatever. And obviously, I'm Bear, the most distinctive self-proclaimed host. And then we'll just go around the table. So
Faded's here.
And we got Coon.
Dams.
Skull.
And Mr. 556.
Yeah.
66. Yeah. But I got triggered, so I'm dry like the Sierra.
That is your trigger. That is your trigger.
Put the blanket in the bladder. Oh shit.
Oh man! All the extra noise you hear is because
The war going on outside.
unfortunately, yeah, kind
We're
of
in a bunker.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yep.
But we couldn't
Next to a
record
freeway.
in a decent studio, so we had to kind of just throw this together real quick. It's mostly Kuhn's fault. So it's we'll just play the blame.
It's all right. I'm getting
somebody-
a place, so we can have we're gonna have a room dedicated to this. So we'll be
upgrading
good. We'll be good.
Once we get back to America,
it'll be fucking great.
I'm actually
once we
moving
get back
too,
to
so
America.
maybe.
Well, Kuhn jumped in somebody's trash can, and they didn't let us use their studio, so we're in some war bunker, and ISIS is watching us.
He has kissed my neck twice.
So how Kuhn screwed it up? He jumped in the dumpster, slapped some cats, strangled some mice, and decided to hang a parakeet from a tree, and was trying to use it as a speed bag. So obviously, these people aren't too fond of us at this moment, unfortunately. So
I said Trump, and they told me to go to the bunker.
Oh, triggered! Triggered! And then we're gonna build
a wall.
Yeah, we're gonna build a wall around this place.
We're gonna build
so
a
we can
wall
come
in
back.
Turkey. Wait a minute, hold on. We're a little far away from that.
Who cares? We got materials. We'll build the wall out of bodies.
Do you have someone who was actually by the border?
Oh yeah,
Mexico.
Oh yeah.
I
You saw,
recently got
the
back.
construction of the wall already taking place.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And right there on the border, he said there was a bunch of posters of Trump pointing at Mexico.
And I saw a picture of Bear there.
It was shaking Trump's hand pointing at Mexico.
Fucking smiling. Hey!
With my arms crossed and my custom hard hat.
Right in the bottom quotations, it's fucking happening.
Hey,
It's gonna happen.
I'm saying this, we need to build it out of Legos. Somebody hops over, Legos fall over, they step on them, and they were like, I'm not doing that again.
He's right about that, because now you have a wall. No problem, cool. Oh, they breached the wall. Landmine, fucker. Think about it, see?
Oh.
Would you rather step on a nail or a Lego?
Nail, I didn't get a tetanus shot.
Why not a landmine filled with Legos?
Oh.
Fuck you. Hey, calm down, Stalin. Okay, we're not fucking. Hold on.
You quit Stalin.
Instead of the wall, should be a punch pit full of Legos.
Hey, dude. Hey, we need to stay on track here. We need to go back to where we're actually supposed to be the company.
This is all a dream.
This is all a dream.
This is your sleep paralysis.
Anyways,
I think that voice is maybe wet.
who wants to go
Torching their
first?
ears right now.
Who wants to go first?
Who has a recent episode of it?
Well, I do, dude, but I don't want to take the spotlight.
Let's
Kuhn.
do our guest.
Kuhn,
Our guest.
Okay, Mr. 556.
Yes.
Blanket, go ahead.
Senor 556.
Cinco, seis. Yeah, it's no fun, really.
See, what happened was...
I mean,
Daddy came in with the belt.
yeah,
It felt
no.
like Shaq was over.
He preferred pens or pots or,
I let him talk.
Cigar.
Yeah, somebody take the liquor from him.
Oh, Bam's down. Bam's down. We got it on video, though.
Laughing too much.
Yeah, like,
All right, go ahead.
I'm really jumpy because things in my past. So, I was having a nightmare and I woke up, couldn't move, and I just saw this shadow walking back and forth. Of course, after I saw his beard, I was like, okay, he's just there protecting me. Yeah,
I was your guardian bear.
Yeah, you touch your foot and you're like, he's not protecting. He's not protecting.
But no, I just
Miss Uzi.
I saw this figure moving back and forth, couldn't move, and just really because of the nightmare I was having, and I just hate the feeling of you're screaming, and then in real life you're just, and nobody hears you, and it's a terrible feeling.
How recent was that?
Last month.
2 hours ago.
Holy fuck.
2 hours ago.
That's fucking recent shit.
So how does that go with your?
No, recent as fuck.
So how does that go with your religious views? Do you think it's a demon? Do you think it's a ghost? Do you think it's nothing? Just your imagination? Do you think you're still asleep?
No. I don't think I'm still asleep. Because my body is awake and I am... Every time I've had it, my body is awake. I'm aware of what's going on around me, but subconsciously I'm still asleep and the nightmare is still going on. And I think it just stems from, just crappy stuff that happened way back when, in 1972.
Back in the war.
Yeah.
Back when you were a nom. You learned this
in
in
a
a
nom,
boy.
So that happens a lot, or just once in a while?
Once in a while, maybe once every other month or so. Really, I have more nightmares, or I'll wake up anxious or scared, something like that. And most of the time when I get sleep paralysis, it's half of the time I'm still, and then another time I just wake up and my legs are flailing, and it's almost like I'm going into a panic attack almost.
When you have sleep paralysis, are you sleeping on your back?
Yeah.
So the two most common things are sleeping on your back and the shadow figure, right?
Mm-hmm.
So far, what we been able to piece together.
Never sleep on your back. No.
Yeah.
Except Bear, I don't. He's stuck like.
I mean, I'm stuck like that, or sleep on my side occasionally.
He actually sleeps upside down like a vampire.
It works.
He's suspended
That's
by
his
his
rock when he falls down. He's like, I'm awake. What's up? What's happening? What the fuck's here?
My beard catches me.
Shut up. Hey, what's going on?
All right, school. Tell us your story.
Dude,
Oh, sleep paralysis?
Dude,
I haven't had it yet. That's
Come
why
on,
myself, I
man.
haven't had sleep
I thought it
paralysis.
happened
I
in
fucking
the,
off myself.
dude, the listeners don't know that. Make up a story.
I thought your mustache
Tell
Do what you're going, man.
Tell us what happened in the dorms at Harvard. No.
Why are we?
Look,
why are we
the
helping
teacher
you
straight
with your
up said,
school
hey,
loan?
do you want to get an A? And I was like, an A is an A, buddy.
A is an A.
An A is an A, so.
Like, he's
He
right.
was like, true, do you want to be or want an A? I'm like, I'll take an A. But he said, what's after the A? I was like, A,
like,
Fuck.
Well,
he's like, quiet. I was like, oh, God. Oh, God.
But,
I'm gonna make you feel beautiful.
on that same subject, I mean, I'm not, gay or anything, but $20 is $20.
That's true. Hey, if I got some knee pads that are kind of warm, some chapstick around, I'm gonna get fucking money. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta get money to get inside of the fucking turkey, right?
So Skull's number is 716.
Gotta be area code 502.
All right, Skull. I'm gonna have to go put my fur coat on. We could go to Union right now, buddy.
I'm down, man.
You gotta make some money.
Backhand.
Fuck out there, man.
He even has
but to make it funnier, you got like.
I got the handlebar to catch everything.
Yeah,
dude. So catch everything. I just, oh, don't worry, I got this, man. It won't hit my neck. It's not gonna drip on me.
I got a leopard thong with your name on it, man. We could go right now. Take you out there.
I'll tell you right now. In Turkey, a lot of men like leopard thongs. They like leopards.
My question is, Bams, what are you doing with it?
Yes, let's all throw it to you. Why?
Don't ask questions.
Bams doesn't look like a banana hammock Tamagotchi. I'm just saying.
See, secret is.
Oh!
Hey, put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
Hey, I got a purple leisure chute and a pimp chalice, so.
Want a bar?
Yeah, we'll get a room for him. All right,
so Bear gets back on track.
I want to take a bite.
All right, so Skull's never experienced anything like that.
I haven't experienced it yet, but I have been reading into it.
He has
recently.
been abducted by aliens.
What about feeding?
It's a recurring theme. Some people do have it, but they don't see shadow figures, but they do sense that they can see in front of them and behind them. I've noticed what it is the mind subconscious is really powerful. So, being inside of a room that you see nonstop all the time, it can generate its own area, its own exact room that's the perfect parameters, the perfect area. Everything is the exact same. So to me, I'm noticing it's that. Another one would be when someone says, "Oh, I can see it behind me." Okay, automatically you gotta know that is your subconscious.
Well, I've had sleep paralysis in a hotel room, and I've seen the hotel room.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's.
Do you think it may be something in your mind because when you go, cool, I'm having sleep paralysis right now. Do you think that automatically triggers something in your mind to generate something?
It could be. Like I said, every time. I haven't done much study.
Yeah.
Just because it's one of those creepy things that it's happening and I don't like looking into it.
Oh, do you got Netflix?
Yes.
Because the nightmare's back up. They took it down for like a few
I
months.
told him to watch it. But
Yeah, and I was like,
it's a good movie.
The Nightmare?
Yeah, there's like 3
like a documentary kind of.
Documentary.
No, yeah, it's actually. Oh, yeah, it's not a movie. It's a documentary.
Fucking great.
But three of those different situations I've personally been through.
But like,
which is trippy.
You know, so it could be that
So
you're.
you should watch it, school.
It could be that you're awake.
Could be in clear for 20 minutes.
Or it could be that you're asleep. But every time I've had it, right afterward, I couldn't fall back asleep.
Really?
So, you know, that's just.
Well, when you snap out of it, are you just start moving, or you wake up and you're out of it?
Like, I wake up and I, like, throw myself up, and I just start.
You scan the room. You automatically start scanning,
Yeah,
looking around. Where is it? It's somewhere in here, and you start checking your surroundings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I grab the first thing, whether that be shotgun, knife, baseball bat, dog.
Fuck it. Go, Pooch.
Sorry, Fluffy.
What's happening?
You know.
In that order?
In that order. Grab. Sorry, dog. Let's go.
Yeah. So, you know, I get up, I scan, and then I can't fall back asleep, so I'll just turn on the light. I'll either read, listen to music, or just watch TV or something, or just sometimes just sit there. So, like, okay, this happened, trying to get my nerves back down.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
okay,
it's...
BAMs? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's interesting. Because that goes against a lot of some studies saying that, it's your subconscious generating that idea. And when it generates that idea, it automatically pops in. Cool. It's projecting that image. But that's interesting that you're having it at different places. Because now it's putting in a whole new different study of, does your mind automatically looking at one place that you had never seen, it just throws it in. Some random place you've never seen at all until just that first 5 hours, and it generates an entire way.
Yeah.
So that's actually really interesting. That'd be really interesting to look at.
Well, keep in mind, those studies are all with a focus group.
Yeah.
So,
in a focus group, the control group can differ.
Yeah.
Of course. Someone said, I had it once. Just because you had it once doesn't mean that you should be in that study. When in your case, having it 4 or 5, 6 times, you should have it. You should be in that focus group to actually have to be able to report on something. So, I see that point now. Yeah.
Alright, so BAMs, have you had anything recent?
Yeah, 3. The last one I had was when I went camping to Centimede with Spike. No homo.
That was a good camping trip.
When we camped, we were on a mountain, and I guess it was kind of tilted. So every time I woke up, you could feel all your blood going on one side of your body, no matter what side you're laying on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a trippy feeling.
Because it was kind of steep, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's what triggered it. Triggered it. But yeah, I that was the most recent one when I felt like I was awake in my tent. But outside of my tent, I felt like I was surrounded by dark shadows. Like you could feel them, but you couldn't see them. And I couldn't move.
But you had that feeling of you can sense another presence there other than yourself.
But I couldn't move, yeah.
Okay.
That was the most recent one. The one before that, it was more like a dream, I guess. I was in a courtroom, and there was a trial going on. All right.
We're going to take a quick intermission. We have someone at the door real quick.
We have technical issues. We're being invaded.
Motherfucker.
So.
Good? Alright. We are back with the Midnight Aliens after our technical difficulties.
I hope you enjoyed our sponsors commercial.
Yeah.
Buy our product! Do it now, do it!
We're sponsored by Hooters and Big Booty Complex and no, I'm just kidding.
We don't want to know about your weekend, dude.
We just blow up dolls extra.
Which fuck?
Clear your search history, please.
Remember, always clear.
I don't know.
So you're in the courtroom.
Yeah, continue your story.
You're in the courtroom.
I was in the courtroom, and all these faces I know.
So this is your dream, correct?
Yeah, it's like a dream. And then, for some reason, my whole reality zooms in. There's a person talking, right? That's on the stand thing with a microphone.
The podium?
Well, yeah, but they're like sitting down or whatever and they're talking.
Oh.
And
Whatever
for
they do,
some
they're up
reason,
on
my
the stage,
vision
yeah.
zoomed in to this man, and he was wearing a brown suit, and he had no face. And I was trying to scream, and I had no voice. Trying to like warn everybody, tell everybody what was there, but they wouldn't. They wouldn't do anything.
They wouldn't acknowledge anything.
And I couldn't move. I couldn't do nothing. I was just stuck there, staring at that face that had nothing on it.
I had something
feeling it
similar.
stare at me back.
I had something similar happen to me once. I was I was like 12 or 13 when I had this episode of sleep paralysis where. What was he doing?
Take a picture of Jack.
Where it was this house I lived in when I was 4 or 5 years old. Yeah, and I remember there was these bars, and in this fit, it was a dream, and I was grabbing onto the bars, and this man came in the house and pulled me, and was pulling me and trying to get me off the bars, trying to kidnap me, and I couldn't. I was trying to scream, I was trying to kick, I couldn't move. All I could do was hold on to those bars. And then I just remember waking up, shaking, and like, okay, what just happened? You know. So and again, it was just a nondescript black figure, you know. Or should we say African Turkish?
What?
Zimbabwean.
Well, you can't say black because it's offensive. So, and since we're in Turkey,
literally
it's like
to who? Fate is black, dude.
It's literally like so dark it can't even be known as a human being. It looks like a dark shadow.
It's a void. Like there's just nothing there.
It's just
It don't even look like a human person.
It's part of the Midnight Aliens.
It's
it
like
looks
Mr.
like
Slenderman.
It's like shaped like a human, but
Hey, it's literally Mr. Slenderman.
He's Slenderman, just
but he's not
gay.
white.
Yeah,
He's just fat.
He doesn't have a suit.
He doesn't touch me now.
Just pure shadow. Weird. So can't move.
Well, the only one you had at that.
Yeah, those two, and I had another one that was normal where I was just in my bed. But I've had that before. The dream one was new, another one. Because I had another dream one before too that I told you guys about when I was, having sex with a girl that had no face.
I don't know.
I have never
Wasn't
heard
that
that
your
one.
blow-up doll?
No, like
he
I
freed up a face
told-
of Scarlett Johansson.
Man's
slapped
keep
that
trying to
bitch
push
on
his
there.
own sponsors.
No, I told you guys that I was having sex with a girl, but she had no face. But I knew who it was.
Okay, here's a real question. Was it good?
I
I'm a little bit. I'm like,
We,
was it good?
honestly, the rest of us don't want to know.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
Am I the only creepy one?
You guys discuss
Am I
it
the
through
only weird
email or
one?
some crap, whatever. Because
Oh.
Bams is going to China next week, and Skull's going to Iceland. Why we don't know. I don't know. Supposedly, like 90% of Iceland is all related, so he's going to try to maybe go find a wife over there. It's like obviously that's not related. So.
All right, so Bear, what was your sleep paralysis experience?
Oh man, my most recent one was the demon. It was the demon, the one that sits on your chest. Anyways, it was a demon that sits on your chest and just kind of like stares at you or whatever. And I started to have trouble breathing, and for whatever reason, he was just like staring me dead in the eye, man. And like I couldn't necessarily see his face.
That sounds like my ex, who just stares at you as you sleep. Sounds just like my ex. We're gonna have a talk after this.
Yeah, we definitely do because that's super creepy.
All right, continue.
We'll talk.
I ain't like that slut.
No, that's good.
I'm glad you got rid of her. Anyway,
Is that her band?
Is this the one at the coffee shop?
okay, back on topic. He had like greenish red eyes. I could see his eyes. I could kind of see an outline of the face. I knew he had some kind of horns on the top of his head. And he had super long arms and like kind of short legs, and he was sitting like on he, for whatever reason, he had a bottle cap. He had like a bottle cap, whatever, and he was just trying to press this bottle cap like through my palm. And he was pushing hard, and I could see his big ass long fingernail too. And he was seriously like trying to push a bottle cap for whatever reason inside my palm. and then he kept trying to like push it through it. So I was like, my eyes kind of half opened, and I just remember seeing it like on my chest, and then just trying to like rock myself awake. Excuse me. Oh no! I didn't try to rock myself awake. I was sitting there hitting my leg, and I was hitting my leg in my dream. But realistically, I was like barely tapping with my finger, like my thigh, and I was trying to like wake myself up so I could get him away from me. And by the time I did wake up, I went to swing, and then he disappeared. And then I grabbed my gun, and then I went around the house and cleared it, and you know, no one was there, nothing. I don't know, dude. It's like, because the dreams are so real, you honestly think like someone's necessarily there.
Yeah.
So it's like it sucks, but then again, it I don't know. It kind of keeps you on your toes.
Sometimes
whatever.
they are. Remember
Yeah,
the cat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we apologize for the cricket. We can't seem to find this damn thing.
Yeah.
I know where it is. I just
Hey, shit. Alright, we're gonna pause it. Where is it?
spaghetti sauce.
But yeah, remember it could be real sometimes. So remember I told you that incident where me and my mom saw Sandy go on top of the couch and the blinds open, and we saw the black shadow figure's head with the yellow eyes.
Yeah, it was like
and
creature or something.
my cat literally ran up the couch and started attacking the window, and we didn't know why. When the blinds opened, we seen this dark shadow figure with yellow eyes, and me and my mom screamed for some reason. We like freaked out, and we was like, "Oh fuck!" Yeah. So yeah, when I went out to go check,
It's coming to steal our Cheerios.
nothing there. But me, my mom, to both see it,
And the cat.
be stunned,
The cat.
we can't move, and my fucking cat attacking it. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's.
Could be the paranormal.
It's not a dog. It's my cat.
No,
It's like
no, that happened at
dogs. I understand. They'll go chase whatever, bark at whatever. But my cat? What the fuck?
Well, animals
you're-
have a heightened
but-
sense to paranormal.
your mom's
You do?
your mom's house that she's at right now.
No, our old house on Wayland.
Have a higher sense of
Back in Croatia.
ESP and electromagnetic
Oh,
pulse.
fucking shit.
It's like
It's because I was talking to you personally.
Trigger.
Cut it out.
Sam, cut it out.
No, I can nothing.
My-
We don't
my
have
house.
we don't have nothing.
I listen all the time.
But yeah, that house.
I
Yeah.
research it.
Yeah, that was trippy.
I was just mentioning about that.
Anyways, the other incident was
Animals weren't right, something else ain't right.
No, yeah, I know that one.
trying to think.
My
The
dog
other
is the same way.
incident was
Whenever my cat is there, it looks like a wall.
I was like falling. Oh no! I think I told Fader or Kuhn about. I was telling one of you guys about it, but my friend was in the car, and their daughter was in the back seat, and for some reason I was in a gunfight on this 6-lane highway on one way, dude, 6-lane highway, going one way, and then obviously the traffic was going the opposite direction. Well, for whatever reason, these people were shooting at us, and I guess that wasn't necessarily, maybe it wasn't sleep paralysis. It was definitely a nightmare, because like they were shooting at us, or whatever, and I was like, all right, you guys hop out, and I'll just lead them this way. And this highway took like a weird turn. For some reason, it went like down to 6 lanes, down to 1, and then opened right back up to 6 lanes. So I was like, all right, you guys jump out. And I told you guys a summarized dream, so the viewers get the full effect or whatever.
Because
but anyways,
it's for the viewers.
yeah, it was definitely for the viewers. So the 6 lanes go down 1, and then come back out to 6 lanes. Well, when it went down to 1, and I hanged a left like super hard, and like kind of slid the car. I was driving this massive Lincoln, like this big ass boat, dude, and it was a convertible. And it's just like this big ass. It was like a '64 Lincoln, dude, and
My pimp car
with the suicide doors and stuff like that, whatever, like the one you used to have, yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so I slid it, and then like they got out, and then I, smashed on the gas, and they went and like hid behind a bush or something, and then and then I led them, away from them. Well, they pushed some button, and like some massive pillars just popped up out of nowhere. My car hit it, and like I turned around and looked at them, and I was still emptying my mags, like trying to hit one of them, but the bullets just kept falling like all over them. And they just kept staring at me.
John Wick.
And then and then I turned around, and I seen the ground, and I was like, oh man, this is how it ends. And right as my face hit the floor, I woke up, and I was like, ugh! And I kind of looked around. I was like, "Holy smokes!" And then I looked out my window. I was like, "Oh, it's still my car. All right, cool." So like I closed my window, and then I walked around the house and
saw poster Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
But
Shia LaBeouf was there. He's like, "Do it, just do it."
I've had a feeling like that. I was driving down this mountain road, and one side was woods, one side was a cliff. And I just remember this moose charging me, hitting the car, and I was flung from the car after it fell off the cliff, and I just remember falling, and right there, boom, I woke up right before I hit the ground, and it, it's right outside.
No, dude, I think I did find it.
Sit.
No, yeah, those. All right, so we got a cricket in here spying on us.
Yeah, Jiminy doesn't like us.
So, Faded, have you ever had sleep paralysis?
No.
Going back to that, no.
Any of those weird? You ever had any weird dreams with that?
No.
I say the weirdest one for me, like.
Well, I got one more story, but go ahead.
Like the weirdest one for me that I found, like, it's not really sleep paralysis. I guess I'll talk about that later, but was the one that
Go ahead.
All right, so like the weirdest dream I've had that I thought was really weird was it was me, Faded, and Bams, and a couple of our other friends that we all had like a sleepover type thing going on. I don't know, I don't remember exactly the whole like why everyone slept over.
Sounds like real life.
There was like we were all asleep, and then there was a fan, kind of like that one, like. Well, obviously you guys can't see it, but there was like a regular fan that you keep in your room, a white fan. Anyways, it was going on. So
why does it have to be white?
Yeah, what's wrong with that, man?
Triggered.
Trump
I like
painted
this.
it. So the whole dream was like I was in like this. How can I say like a pier at a beach. So we're there. I don't know exactly what we're doing in my dream, but we were like fishing. And I remember we didn't have a bucket to put the fish in, which is kind of weird. Like it's kind of a weird dream already. But I was like, we need a bucket. And then right when I said that, I turned and someone said, "Heads up!" And I got hit right here. But in real life, the fan fell and hit me in my face. So it was like simultaneously, I got hit in the face and I got hit in my dream. So and it woke me up. I was like, did I just get hit in my face? Like, was that real or was that fake?
Did you wake up and you're like, "You motherfucker, what the fuck?"
Yeah, because like my front of my face was hurting from the fan, but in my dream I got hit in the back of the head. So I was like, "Why is my face hurt?"
Were you kind of like, "What the fuck's hurt? Which one hurts
Yeah,
more?"
I was like,
Wait a
it was like the weirdest feeling because I had like like that perception that you got hit in the back of the head.
But my fucking face hurts.
Yeah, my nose hurts. Like I got hit in the face.
Yeah.
So that had to be like kind of one of the weirdest coincidence dreams I ever had.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's kind of my take. Kind of creepy but weird at the same time.
Yeah, from what I've experienced with sleep paralysis and what I've heard others have, I really think it does a lot of times stem from some sort of trauma, whether that be a soldier going off to war, a kid being beat senseless, or
schooled it.
Yeah.
That's fucking scary.
So everyone's gonna go to Yale.
Watching a parent die as a young child or something, I really do think it stems from some sort of trauma, and it can take many forms. Like occasionally when I've had sleep paralysis, it's been somebody holding me down, somebody grabbing my throat, that sort of feeling. And that, and that has happened, I'm going to get into it, but growing up, father was a piece of crap, and one of his favorite punishments, I guess you could call it, was just to hold me by the throat, choke me, lift me on a wall by my throat. So I do see that corresponding with the sleep paralysis.
So you think PTSD has its roots in the sleep paralysis?
I think so, because I know.
I wonder, we should check how much people suffer from, what is it?
Skull is a flexure psychology, a degree.
Post-traumatic stress disorder. PTSD.
How much, like, if they all experience sleep paralysis,
that actually be something really good to look into.
It's probably pretty high.
Yeah, PTSD. Many people. Okay,
there's always different forms, obviously.
Exactly,
yeah.
but right now, in this day and age, PTSD has taken a complete different turn. I mean, somebody can, they take a crosswalk and someone just runs a red light. Oh my fuck, I have PTSD.
Anxiety.
Did you see? I can't go near fucking red Nissans anymore. I'm fucking terrified.
The Starbucks didn't
exactly.
It was too hot.
Yeah, they misspelled my name. How fucking...
First world problems.
First world problems.
They assumed my gender.
Exactly.
They didn't have the right color iPhone.
Fucking Why is it white and not black? What the fuck?
I wanted a black iPhone, but all they had was gold.
So these motherfuckers over here. So PTSD is taking a big turn. Of course, when you look back at where it originally came from, it was never called PTSD. It was called battle fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard of it before.
Yeah, shell shock.
Yeah,
shell shock.
Shell shock, battle fatigue, and then it was just known as
like a warrior or something, right? Too.
Yeah,
warrior
it
something.
was another term for it, I forgot, and then it stemmed right after the 1970s, where we had all this love and peace movement, became post-traumatic stress disorder, to which now it seems that's just this new term and it won't change.
70s when all the horror came out.
Exactly. All this. Do you say whores or whores?
Whores.
Both.
Jinx!
That's right. So it's one of those things where, in post-traumatic stress disorder, it can take a lot of turns. In your case, it was your father. In other people's cases, it could be they're seeing their mother die in front of them. Again, another one is going to war. I know.
School debt.
Or like me, my school dad, my fucking professor. Goddamn him! He never gave me my A. I was upset. But
But that was the best B you ever got.
That was the best B ever, and then it got it got really sticky, and it got really.
But the question is, was it the best D ever?
It was. Touche, Harvard dick. But to PTSD, I have a buddy.
So you're admitting it was the hardest class that you had.
It was the hardest. It was.
Knock on wood.
Oh fuck, where is it? But I have a buddy of mine. He's
don't touch yourself
ex-Marines.
like that. That's a little weird.
He's ex-Marines. And
He's a Marine.
The Marine. He was there at the invasion of
North Korea.
All right.
That's next. He fucking no. He was at the invasion of Iraq. He was right there in 03. He said, when you look at how it was to the invasion compared to now is just a fucking puppet show. Like, it's absolutely nothing goes on there. If you were there when it was back in, you can...
No, he's saying like now, like 2016, 2017, dude.
2016, 2017, it's way different. Yeah, like, there's no more... There's still battles, but not like how it used to be.
It sucked when I was over.
And between 03 and 07, it was a fucking nightmare.
A blank bush? No.
Yeah. Fucking... it fucking sucked. He tells me all these stories
24
now.
hours. War on terror. 9/11.
Now
Al-Qaeda,
he says the most terrible thing about that is his PTSD. He says a lot of like warriors and a lot of veterans who get diagnosed with it, they don't believe that they have it, so they try to go on living without it. And a lot of them don't talk about it, even with their own fellow people. So he said, I learned to cope with it. I'm dealing with it. The only shitty part about me is I can't sleep. He says, I just rest. Because when I sleep, I'm back over there. Every single time I sleep, I close my eyes and I'm back over there. And I'm seeing all my buddies next to me get fucking mowed down. And he says, I'll wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, sweats, trying to grab a gun that's not there in my house. So... post-traumatic stress disorder can go anywhere from something small to having a panic attack, all the way up to a full-fledged, your mind is now projecting you back at that time, which is where it's originally created from. So with post-traumatic stress disorder, can it be linked a lot to sleep paralysis? For my belief, yes, I believe it can. There's so many factors, so much more research has to be done, because as you said, the research that was done from it was from a controlled group of people who've had it one time. Just because you've had... I smoke cigars. I have one cigar and I can't fucking say it's amazing. I gotta try it again.
Yeah.
Except I don't want to try it.
And a lot of the studies would be, or a lot of the...
Is that why you took that professor's class 3 times?
Exactly, dude. I was like, the first time wasn't good. Maybe the second time, that's pineapple. No, I gotta see. That's Pizza Hut next. That's good.
Okay, B+. That's it. I'm out. I gotta get this done.
But
so, like, you think a lot of the studies or a lot of the people who claim they have sleep paralysis been dismissed based off of like some type
experience?
No, not experience. Like, let's say they don't get studied as much because of like the whole spiritual, like the whole like, oh, that really didn't happen to you. You're just lying. You know what I mean?
Oh, where the researcher is saying no, it's your belief of it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I really, part of me says yes, because a lot of them, the people say, oh, well, my belief says this can't happen, and you can't. You gotta separate religion from science. You cannot have those two form together. Yeah. We've had that. We've had it in our fucking other one before. We've had that in another episode. It's something that sometimes it can and sometimes it can't. So it's one of those things where you definitely if you say, oh, my religious belief says that this can't happen, and if someone says it in the control, that automatically changes the other people's thoughts and ideas. Yeah. Does it need to be if the control group is there, I believe myself, they need to be separated equally. This one person has this researcher, this one person has a researcher, to get a much better in-depth. Because you can't just talk about it, cool, this is my experience, oh, we're going to write that down. No, you have to go in-depth. We have to look past it now to, like, psychology level.
Yeah, I would like to compare it, too, to, like, atheists and, like, religious people.
Yeah.
Their experience different? Does it happen, like, on an atheist point of view? What do you think it is?
Yeah.
You know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that'd be actually something really good to look up to.
Faded never had it, so.
I never experienced it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do only people who have religious views or PTSD have these type of experience?
Yeah.
So they could compare it to something like, oh, that was a demon, haunting me, blah,
remember
blah, blah. Or it's like
the nightmare. Some of the people were atheists and they automatically went to religion after. Remember?
Mm-hmm. See,
that's true. They said, I tried praying and all that stuff. It didn't work, and they just left on with their life.
My belief about it, and I come from the Christian faith. And being
faded trigger. Thought he was Islam.
Fuck. Being a born again believer, demons have no power on me. So I know it's not some sort of demonic presence.
He can't. Yeah, they can't touch you.
It's like
MC Hammer having.
Yeah,
you can't touch me.
I mean, it's like level 9,000 versus some kid with a slingshot.
That's true. Yeah. I mean,
he said Jehovah's got his back.
It's. I mean, I agree with you on that, and I got also combined with yours as well. With, like you said, atheists all of a sudden they see and they went, "Cool, I am now automatically a believer." Well, what did you see? Because a Catholic, I'm a deep-rooted Catholic, okay, and I don't. Do I know everything in the Bible? I don't. But do I know a lot of the there's certain demons that go with certain people.
Bear trigger.
You have, of course, there's Leviathan. Some people have even reported seeing Lilith, which Lilith is fucking. That's way that's the Book of Enoch, isn't it? Mm-hmm. See, fucking who the fuck sees Lilith? Like, you have to legitimately go deep back in time and look at the Book of Enoch. Some people claim they see, demons of greed. Some people say demons of lust, demons of sloth, stuff like that.
Trump.
So it's something that's just the demon of all.
No, it's the clone.
Like,
it's a crime.
So and me personally, I've seen both demons and angels, and I remember this one time when I was a young child, about 3 or 4. We were living in these apartments, and keep in mind, because of methamphetamine, we couldn't stick at one house. We'd move from house to apartment, stay here, stay there, 2 months, 2 weeks, something like that, just always constantly moving. And but I remember this one time, I was 4 and I woke up, and I couldn't really move, but I felt this peace upon, just this incredible peace. It's an immense peace. I can't really describe it more than that.
It's like a feeling of washing.
Like a cooling sensation of washing.
Blanket.
And I woke up and I sat up, and there was these 2 male figures, and they were just of pure energy. And I spoke to them. I just said, "Who are you? What are you? what are you here for? And then they said, go to sleep, and they vanished in front of my eyes. So I know those were two angels. I've seen a lot other times, it's just you. There was this time where I woke up, and there was just this black figure sitting in my corner, staring at me, and I felt hatred and evil.
Corner of the room.
Corner of the room. You know,
I had it before too, man.
You know, and I'm fairly confident that was a demon because I could still move. I saw that, and I started quoting scripture at it.
It was Annabelle.
Annabelle.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, like
I think I know over that one. Fuck.
Like I woke up, I sat up, and I just started quoting scripture and yelling scripture at this being.
Speaking of tongues.
You know, and eventually it left after I said, "You have no power over me. I am a child of Christ."
The Lord of the Rings here.
Wait, oh, I forgot it!
No!
Bitch!
Oh.
No!
Alright, so Bear, give us your experience.
Last story?
And then,
or what do you want to know? Whatever.
He saw an angel too. It was Constantine.
It's like Keanu Reeves. No, Constantine has no power here.
He's smoking a cigarette for you.
I'm too
We got
powerful.
we got
for
15
Constantine.
minutes. All right. The last story of my most recent sleep paralysis. My roommates decided to go on a vacation. There's like 4 of us in the house, and all 3 of them took off. I couldn't go because I didn't have any vacation, and I was still working and stuff. So they left on a Wednesday night, I think, or Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night, something like that. Excuse me. Thank you. Okay, anyway.
There you go.
Wash
There you go.
Chug that.
Oh, jeez. Can't feel the left of my face.
Let me slap you.
You don't do coke. You just like the way it smells, right?
Yeah. It's not Coke, Pepsi. But anyways, yeah, I couldn't sleep.
Angel dust.
Angel, you saw. No. I slept okay the first night, but then Thursday night rolled around, and I just kept having this weird feeling, man. Like I kept.
Something's not right.
Yeah, something just wasn't right, and so I got up and I walked around, and I honestly thought I saw something outside. So I was like, okay. And stupid me, dude. Like I honestly wasn't thinking. That's how tired I was. I didn't have my gun with me, which I usually carry my gun everywhere. Like I get up out of bed and I'm just, oh, here's my
Strap
gun.
it.
Here's my gun. I'll walk around, you know. And
I've been to his house in Brazil,
and
and like he's strapped with an AK all the time.
in a defensive position, and I was like, oh crap, what the heck was that? And I was like, all right, let me go grab Junior, and I'll be back. So I'm thinking to myself, hey,
let me get him. I'm gonna fuck you up when I get out of here.
I was like,
don't fuck with me.
No, I mean, kind of. I was just like, hey, wait right there. Let me go do something real quick. And then, I walked back to my room, grabbed my gun, came back. I didn't see anything. I went outside.
Coming after you.
Bitch, I'm out.
You roll up on little flip and trick dad like this? No, you nigga. Anyways, so I went back. I went outside, got my flashlight, 2 different flashlights. I have a headlamp and a different flashlight, whatever. So I was scanning the area, went all around. We have a huge backyard, so I went all around the backyard and everything, and didn't see nothing. So I was like, all right, fine. So I went back inside, closed, locked the door, secured everything, and then I went back to bed. Well, I went back to bed and I laid down, and right as soon as I was falling asleep, the Shadow Man came up. And the Shadow Man, and other people that suffer from sleep paralysis knows exactly who he is.
Who I am.
Who I am.
You know who I am.
I knew it.
What's my name?
I knew it. Say my name.
Beard.
It looks
familiar. Anyways, he has no beard. He's ridiculously tall. When you have this episode, the ceiling seems like it's a lot taller and stuff like that. And he walked in my hallway. And my roommates left their dog behind.
You shut the dog.
So,
Oh,
no,
shit.
I wish.
It's like I legend all over again.
Yeah.
Not yet.
But I
Okay,
went
but it's okay.
and the dog was in my roommate's room, and when I'm home alone, I sleep with my door strategically somewhat open, whatever. So I went and like I saw him. I know it's a him, but like I saw him, and I just saw I couldn't see his face. I couldn't see his face. He just had a big hat. A big round hat, whatever. Like if you ever seen Jeepers Creepers, just imagine that, but like 12 feet tall.
Yeah,
I was about to say, what, the Princess and the Frog, or like that
Where'd
fucking
you
voodoo
get
dude?
I think
Disney movies?
Abraham Lincoln.
Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, but is that Vampire Hunter?
I'm coming after you, President.
It's like a hat, like Spike brought.
Are you talking about Madonna?
Spike.
No, it's just
One
like
of our
Jeepers
guests.
Creepers, dude, but he's just a lot taller. And
Way more terrifying.
when I was about to fall asleep, I felt my eyes. I honestly thought my eyes were closed. They might have been closed, they might not. I don't know. But that's how I knew sleep paralysis, dude, because I just felt a coldness over my body immediately. And I was like, oh, man, I can't move. And I'm like, my gun's right there. It's like right there. This guy's coming for me. I know it. And I remember just staring in the doorway or the door or whatever that leads to the hallway. And our rooms are like right across from each other. So I just saw him and he came in and you could barely see like the bottom of his face and like kind of his chin. And it just looked like it was just a big massive trench coat. And I remember seeing him and he kind of bent down and he glanced at me and then he turned his head left. And he kind of like stared at my dog. Or not my dog, whatever, my roommate's dog. He stared at the dog. And how I know this was kind of real is the dog has a bell on it. And you just hear, ding. So the dog saw him. I know the dog saw him. It had to.
We told you.
Yeah. He told me.
Hey, bro, get the fuck up right now.
I ain't about to bark. You better
But
bark.
he, when he had glanced over,
Bitch
the dog
yourself.
had moved because it saw him. And then he like finally looked at me. And when he looked at me, he ducked down. But when he ducked down, dude, the ceiling just went up a good 6 feet for him to come in and enter the room. And he had to be anywhere from 10 to 12 feet tall. And he was just massive, dude. He was wide. He was massive. And I finally had like rocked myself awake. And he saw my hand move. And I grabbed my gun. And by the time I pointed it, he fell into the floor. It was just like... It's just like he fell like straight into the floor. It's like
no smoke, no nothing, just gone.
No, just gone, like a shadow, man. It's just like a shadow
curtain dropped or something.
Yeah, it just dumped, like it just went down, and I pointed my gun. And I was like, okay, and I got up.
You called fate. No.
I got up.
Fuck your
I
brain.
called fate. Get here immediately. Fly your ass out here.
We're doing a podcast right now.
You should set up a camera in your room to catch all this shit.
No,
Cameras won't pick it up.
I don't want people
Are you sure about that?
to see me shower and stuff.
Well, dude, the room, not the bathroom.
When does it happen? When does it happen?
I have a bathroom in my room. Anyways,
It's a bucket in the corner.
but yeah, like he like sunk down, like he had sunk down, and like I got my gun, and I was sitting there just pointing it at the doorway, just waiting for him to pop back up. And I glanced behind me. Yeah, I glanced behind me to make sure like he wasn't there
He's right there.
or anything.
Chill.
And
Oh no, he's hopping away.
All right.
He's in the car now. He's gone. At least he
anyways,
shut up.
so like he had sunk down the floor, and I had to get up. And when I got up, I cleared the whole house again. Went through every single room. Went through behind the door, every closet, everything, man. And I was just trying to. And it took me like another 2 hours to go to sleep. And then I had only gotten like maybe 4 hours of sleep that night after seeing him. And
your mind was trying to wrap around of what the fuck just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And it's not the first time he showed up. I think last time we talked about sleep paralysis, I remember seeing the tall man. And like anybody who suffers from it knows exactly who I was talking about. It's just he just shows up either with a hat or without a hat. It doesn't matter. You just see this massive shadow.
I've never seen him with a hat.
Big
I
brown,
never
big
seen a
broad
shadow.
shoulders.
So you've seen him,
Yeah,
but without the hat.
without the hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes like he showed up one time with and without a hat. Whether he was going for casual or going fancy. I don't know.
Was it a Friday?
No, it was Thursday.
And then there's that one time
Fucking
you said
too early,
you seen
dude.
the demon on the ceiling or something.
Oh yeah. That was trippy. Go to our last episode. You'll see. You'll
I don't think
hear
we ever
about all
posted
of
that
mine.
one.
Yeah, that
No,
one,
we never posted it?
That one's on my phone, old.
That was an old one. That was an old one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Those
It feels like we
good
did do
ones.
it, but
Talk about
Wait,
it.
here's the thing. Like a lot of people.
We'll talk about it later.
Hold
A
on.
lot of people
Oh,
actually
yeah.
talk about that.
One more.
Yeah.
One more. Let him talk
Hold
about
on, like my quick story
Alright, this one again.
for my my sleep paralysis that I ever had. It's always been like I'm stuck. Like I literally, like I literally can't move. Like when I'm in the sleep paralysis, like I don't see a shadow. Well, I do see like a shadow, but it's more of a like the corner of my eye type thing. You know what I mean? Like
It's always at the corner of the eye.
yeah, like you
Always.
see something and you're like.
As soon as you glance over,
Yeah,
it's gone.
nothing there. You know what I mean?
You know,
so
I-
like that sleep paralysis I had, but I do remember like vaguely is the pressure on my chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like someone's
I've-
not grabbing me, but like somebody's like
It's pushing.
You feel like
on me.
you feel like the life is being sucked
You feel
out
like
of you.
something's
Like you're gonna
sitting on you.
die.
I feel like
If you don't
something's on
sit
me.
on-
If you don't fight back, you feel like you're gonna die.
Yeah, and then like the first time I had it, it felt like somebody was like tucking me in, like the bed sheets tucking them like around me, like somebody got right next to me and pulled the sheets closer. That's what it felt like the first time I ever had it. I actually remember freaking out, like trying to tell you how Bear was doing the tapping thing. At the time, I had my retainers, and I was like, I'm gonna spit out my retainer, so I know I'm awake. When I do wake up, I know I did
You know,
this.
okay, cool.
Like
Yeah.
I am awake. Like this thing's out of my mouth.
that true wake?
Yeah. So I did that. That had to be like my two sleep paralysis, I guess, episodes I've ever had.
One thing I've noticed is, yeah, I had a friend, met her when I was in kindergarten, grew up with her, and it was Halloween, and our families were both watching horror movies.
Is that Kit Kat?
No,
Was it Kit Kat?
no, somebody completely different.
Oh, okay.
Kit
My
Kat
bad.
bar.
But how are names out there?
Yeah, but no, we were just watching horror movies and eating candy after trick or treating, and she had fallen asleep on the couch and suffered an episode of sleep paralysis because a lot of times you'll hear what's going on around you when you sleep, and she had a dream where she was being chopped up by Jason Voorhees and she couldn't move at all. Just so happens that Jason Voorhees was playing at the time.
Oh,
So
yeah.
really,
So
Or-
okay, so her surroundings played into her dreams, kind
Yeah.
of.
Kind of like when you got hit in the face with a fan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's weird. I don't even know how that happened. But yeah, so our last story, Bear. Go ahead and tell us your
That
when you fought the demon.
nah, dude, I didn't fight him. I was like 15, I think. 14 or 15, something.
Aren't you
like that.
16?
I was I was in between 14 and 42, somewhere in there.
I want to say that.
And
2-0.
he's 97 right now.
yeah, I just
That's a really good cream.
I just look great for 97.
We've been doing this podcast for 50 years.
finally found a laptop.
Oh shit, 2017. We just sound young, you youngsters.
We're doing podcasts by telegraph.
Where's
fucking sick.
And the early bird coupon?
We did podcasts by
Carrier pigeon.
Yeah, carrier pigeon.
Oh,
All right,
yeah,
Bear, wrap it
remember them
up. All right, wrap it up. So anyways, I was like somewhere, yeah, like 14 or 15, something like that. I was really young, and I was laying in bed, and that was like the first sleep paralysis I ever remember about not being able to move. And it was a demon on the one with the demon on the ceiling. Is that what you're talking? So I was staring in the hallway. Same one. Okay, well I was staring in the hallway, and I just remember seeing something move. But my dad, he truck drove for like 30-something years. He barely retired last year. So like he was a truck driver for like 36 years. So he would always get up at weird hours, anywhere between 1 and 3, and he would go to work. So I'm like, oh, it's just Pop. You know, it's just Papa Bear. And just going to work. Well, and I remember looking back at the ceiling above me, and then I saw something move again, and I was like, well, Papa Bear's not that tall. So I just felt my eyes go back, like trying to look in the hallway, but then same thing. I couldn't move my body. I couldn't move my head, which would really freak me out. But then the creature was climbing on the ceiling, and then it climbed from the ceiling, from the hallway, in my room, and then it climbed on top of the ceiling, and then its head twisted a full 360, and then its eyes started glowing green, and I nearly pissed myself. Like, even being a teenager, dude, I seriously, like, that's like one of the very rarest times ever, but I was definitely scared. And that's why I remember, and I remember it. You can't ever really, I don't know if anybody else can, but with all of mine, I could never see their faces. But somehow you can read their emotions. And when it turned its head 360 and like looked down at me, it turned it like a whole twisted way. And when it looked down at me, it smiled. Like I could feel like it was smiling at me. And as soon as his right hand moved downward, that's when I woke up. I can't remember if I mentioned that on the last one or not, whatever, but now telling it again. His right hand had moved like almost like he was going to depart, like he was going to move from the ceiling and like pounce on me. And when I saw his right hand move and he was still smiling, whatever, that's when I woke up and I started jolting.
The demon I saw in my corner, I couldn't see his face, but I could see his glowing orange eyes, just surrounded by this black figure.
See, I'm different. I've had seeing the shadows, but I haven't had the paralysis. I've actually been fully functioning, moving around.
So you've seen shadow people.
Shadow people.
Shadow people.
Now here's the thing.
That's another thing.
Here's the thing. I could tell who they are. I can fucking give you a full body what they look like. The female that I see the female that I see at the end of my bed, long flowing dress like a nightgown, hair down to here, brown, no face.
Did you just tell?
When he says hair down to here, he means past the shoulder.
Okay? I've actually heard a few people say that.
The crazier part, when I was with my ex, that she was really into like the Ouija board before we got together, something fucking latched onto her.
We need to bring one here.
My fucking dude, my fucking
Why am I the only one that's
had
not afraid to do it?
Because fuck Ouija boards. No,
I don't care.
Because my fucking house had some shit in it.
Oh,
The reason how I know is before I started dating her, my house was clean, it was calm, it felt homey. After I started dating her, I didn't feel safe in my own house, comfortable. And I remember waking up a couple of nights because I'm the dude that wakes up at 3 o'clock. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna get some water and come back to bed. I have no fucking idea. I woke up. I can tell you the time. 3:15. I woke up. I turn over. I see her. I look over in the corner.
3 o'clock.
White gentleman. Okay. I have no idea. I can't see him, but I know he's a white gentleman with a white beard. No hair. Fucking black trench coat, and I'm staring straight at him. And not me staring like someone's there. No, more of just like he's fucking appearing for a minute. Like that's a lot of fucking energy to appear for a full minute.
Mm-hmm.
There's no fucking way anything else. Like if I blinked and he was still fucking there. I'm like, cool. I'm fucking dead. Like, I got her and I was like, cool, nudge your ass close to him. Eat her first. I'm out this fucking window. But, like, I was sure, like, fuck you, bitch.
I don't love her.
Take her. Sacrifice the virgin. So I was like, chick. So I looked, and as soon as I got up, I saw him move back. And that's when I went, cool, this motherfucker's in the room. Like, they shouldn't do that, right?
Okay, when you say cool, this guy's in the room, my first thing would be, oh crap, he's in the room!
No, mine was like, I was more like, cool, he's in the room, as in, cool, this is a real motherfucker. I have a lot of pent-up anger, and I pray to God he doesn't pull out the fucking, knife of Cain. I am fucked. So I was like, if he comes a step near me, I'm fucking swinging, I'm going down, not alone. And he took a step back, and he just phased into the wall. And my fucking ex-fiance, ex-girlfriend became ex-fiance, she fucking woke up, and she's like, why are you fists up in the middle of the room? And I went, you did not feel that? I didn't feel anything. You did not see or feel.
Because you were cheating on me on Dream, you stupid slut.
I wrote everything, and I wrote everything out, and she said, cool, that's the person I saw when I was 12, 14, 15, 16, all the way up until now. And I went, cool, get the fuck out of my house. That motherfucker's with you. And I have not seen him since. The only person I can, remind that to is Longfellow Elementary. Look just like the old custodian there. I swear to God.
It's like a real life Freddy Krueger.
It scared the fuck out of me. When I saw him again, I got fucking terrified, and it clicked in my head and went, oh my fuck, this fucker's following me now.
Long what?
Longfellow.
The school in Turkey.
Yeah, the one in Ohio.
And yeah,
He's talking about his college professor.
All right, so Bear,
Fuck shadow people.
Yeah.
Fuck old
give us
white
our
Yeah.
Outro.
outro.
All right, thanks for listening. Thanks for tolerating us. Had a lot of fun. Mr. 556 more than likely will come
Blanket.
back. Mr. 556 blanket.
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Saw the Angels washing
Here's-
him in the washing machine.
Here's something for listeners. Message us. Tell us your stories. If
Yeah,
you guys
tell
have
us your
anything
sleep
clear to
paralysis,
that.
man.
If you've seen shadow people, sleep paralysis, tell us that.
Well,
Yeah, what are your demons? Have you seen this shadow man? Have you seen that 12-foot beast roll up in your room, or the owl man? Like I've heard people say owl
have
man.
you had no face encounters?
Yeah, no face encounters, real face encounters. Have you seen shadow people? Do you suffer from sleep paralysis? How do you deal with it? So you can maybe help us, kind of thing, whatever.
Oh, I heard about that. People, they imagine a rope or something and they pull on it. Have you guys heard about that?
Oh, the rope is supposed to pull them out of the dreams.
Yeah.
Second ideas. So
Anyway,
Well,
Yeah,
we're gonna post it
that's-
on YouTube, dude. So we want to hear from you in the comment section, obviously.
Yeah.
And thank you for your support, like always. And Bam's
We're
Coon
on-
Faded, Mr. 556 Goal, and Bear. We're out.
we're on
man.
Instagram, Facebook,
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud, iTunes,
Pornhub. Your
Pornhub,
mama's house.
No,
Tinder.
I'm just kidding.
MySpace.
Swipe left.
MySpace.
Plenty of hoes.
All right, so be sure to give us some feedback. See you guys in the next episode.
Stay triggered.
Deuces.
Ladies.